welcome. I'm Catherine Sullivan, CEO of Marketing Solved, and I'm so excited to show you behind the scenes of my Pinterest account. Now, a lot of people ask me to help them with their Pinterest marketing because we've had such a phenomenal success, and I really thought, you know what, let me open it up. Let me show you guys exactly what I see and how I make my marketing decisions based on that. And that's going to help you understand how you can tap into this powerhouse for your business as well. So what we're going to do today is I'm actually going to show you into my analytics. And if you have a business Pinterest account, you're going to have access to these amazing analytics. And if you don't have a Pinterest business account, I want you to set one up today. That's the only thing that's going to be on your to-do list, is setting up a Pinterest business account. And when you have a Pinterest business account, let me show you why you can really dive into the data and start using it to help you make better decisions for your marketing. So here we are at the behind the scenes in my analytics account. And what you're seeing here is just basically a snapshot. And we're going to dive a little deeper into this, but just to give you a quick overview, you see that it's separated into 3 different sections. You've got your Pinterest profile data, you've got the people that you're reaching, you've got information from them, and then we've got activity from your website. So when you have a business account, you can connect it to your website so that Pinterest can actually share data, and that these 2 platforms, my website and Pinterest, can be communicating with each other. So then I know how much activity I'm getting from Pinterest. I know exactly what content that they're looking at and that they're clicking on. So there's 3 different categories right off the bat that we can break down. But then what you see on this front page here is also which of your pins are currently getting the most run, and they break it down into impressions. Now, if you don't know what an impression is, it's basically any time your content is placed in front of someone. So an impression doesn't always mean a click or a save. It just means that it's getting in front of that many people. So here are the top pin impressions for the last 30 days. And then I can take it a step farther and see, okay, well, these are my most popular pins for the last 30 days, but which one is performing the best? Which one's getting the most clicks? Which one's getting the most saves? Because these are all very different numbers, right? Your impressions are how many people it's getting in front of. Your saves are how many people have actually saved this to their Pinterest profile. And then clicks are how many people are clicking through to your website from that pin. So just using this right here, we can see that even though this pin has received the most impressions, this pin has gotten the most saves, but this pin has gotten the most clicks, right? And clicks are really important. So then what I would do is I would look at this and say, okay, these are my weekly done for you planners. These perform really well for me. If I was looking to run a promotion or run an ad based on this data, I would say, well, this one's getting the most clicks, so I want to put this one in front of more people. If it's getting this many clicks in front of 15,000 people, imagine what it would do if it was getting in front of 30,000 people or 50,000 people. I could potentially double those numbers. Now, one thing to keep in mind, again, is when you're getting clicks to your website, like we are, we make sure that we have a sales funnel on the back end so that we are converting, we are capturing that traffic and then converting them to customers. So very important piece of your Pinterest marketing strategy. But again, this is just the first page. This is just the first quick snapshot. It's crazy cool. So then you can look at your actual profile data, and you can see here that we get an average daily impression. So our profile is being put in front of over 10,000 people a day, okay? Just think about that. Do you have that kind of power on any other social network? Are 10,000 people seeing your Facebook page, your Instagram account, your YouTube channel? That's the power of Pinterest, guys. There's so much potential here. And then daily viewers are people actually looking at your profile. And you can see that daily, guys, these are daily numbers. We've got 6,000 daily views. So now let's look at the Pinterest profile data, take it a step further. And again, we already looked at the impressions, we looked at the daily views, and then again, it gives us those top pin impressions. Well, then they tell you which boards are getting the most impressions, most clicks, most saves. Again, if you're looking to run some promotions, dive through this data. See what is performing really well for you. So I'm seeing that of the boards that we have, our Marketing Solved board, which has all of our Marketing Solved blog posts, is the one that's getting the most saves. So I would start looking in there to decide which pins I want to run ads on, or what kind of content people are interacting with the most, so I can create more content like that, right? Then what you can do is you can dive even deeper. You can look at the saves specifically. So we talked about saves are what people are actually saving to their Pinterest account, which again gets in front of their network. So it's got that viral factor on Pinterest. And besides the saves, you can look at the clicks. I love clicks. Clicks to me mean that I'm probably going to get a conversion because of the way that we've set up all of our funnels. Again, we use Pinterest to drive the traffic, and then we make sure that we convert them on the back end. So clicks, I would look here and say, again, this is great data. This is a really good start for me to get going and know what content people are interacting with, and I can go from there. So this is cool. Now you can look at all time. So you can look at your most saves, which pins of yours have been getting the most saves of all time. So very cool. And most of these are pins from our website. So that tells me that we're doing a really good job catering to the Pinterest audience, and we're providing content that they really want to see. Okay, so back to the analytics. Then I want to dive into the people that you reach. And let me go back to the overview so I can show you here. People that you reach, these are people that you're getting in front of. And this is not a small number. We are getting in front of an average monthly view of 1 million people, guys. 1 million people. Again, compare that to the other social networks. Are you seeing that kind of traction? Now, we spent $40 in advertising last month. $40. And we got over 1 million views because Pinterest content literally works for you. It's just a great platform to have content that can be found forever because it's evergreen. So we've got monthly viewers from content that we shared last year. And it continues to drive traffic and clicks and conversions for us. And then you can see engaged. We've got 24,000 people engaged with our content every single month. So again, compare that to the other social networks. Are you getting that kind of traction? So I want to really go into people that you reach because I think this is a gold mine of information here. Not only does it tell you how many people are seeing your stuff and how many are interacting with it, but you can learn a lot about the demographics of those people. So I know that majority of them are in the United States. So if I was going to run ads, I would probably stay focused on where I have the largest audience. And then you can even break it down to metropolitan area. Very cool. Again, you can look at language. So if you're running ads, you can be specific in who you're targeting. And then gender. And you can see here that I primarily appeal to females, but my content is also being seen by males. A lot of people think that men aren't on the Pinterest platform, and I am here to totally break that myth out of the water because you can see right here, we had 152,000 types of contact with men in the last 30 days, okay? That's a lot. So don't ignore that population if they are a part of your target audience. So then another thing that you can do here is you can pop over to interests. And this is saying, so from the people that you're reaching, these are the things that they are also interested in based on the demographic data that Pinterest has. So I can see that they're also interested in inspirational quotes, which is great because that's something that I share. They're interested in crafts and design. But these are things I didn't know. Then I can see what boards they're also engaging with. So here's boards with a lot of my pins on them. And it's going to be Thriving Biz, Blogging Boost, online marketing, social media, a lot of things that are 100% related to my content. Then look at this, guys. This is really great. Businesses your audience engages with. So I know based on the people that are looking at my content, well, now they're also engaging with these specific businesses. So again, think about this in the terms of advertising. If I wanted to find out what businesses my fans were engaging with, I could simply look at my Pinterest analytics. Did I just blow your mind? I was just mind blown when I figured this out. So I hope that you see how much potential is here. So now another thing I want to do is I want to come up here and look at this. So all audiences, that's cool, but maybe I can just be specific and just look at my followers. So we've got a fairly large following. We've got about 16,000 followers, and I can be specific about what they are interacting with. So here, again, see how the data changes when I got more specific? When I look now at the brands that my businesses are engaging with, there are some new ones here. So what I would do is I would go check these different businesses out, and I would say, cool, well, based on the content that I'm sharing, I know people are also interested in Social Media Examiner. So if I know that and I want to get in front of people who are similar to my audience, again, if I'm running an ad, I would then say, cool, I want to target people interested in Social Media Examiner, or people that are interested in Wonderlass or Olivia. I could then create ads that are focused on the other businesses that I know my followers are interacting with. And hopefully I can get in front of their audiences as well. So I love, love, love the people that you reach data. I just think it's really helpful in understanding more about who you're doing business with. So then the last thing, and probably the most important, is the actual activity from your website. So what I'm going to do here is just give you the quick snapshot version. So activity from your website. This is how many people are seeing content from my website every day. And that's 58,000 people. You guys, you can't make these numbers up. These are specific numbers from our website. And then you can see average daily views is 34,000. We get so much traffic from Pinterest, it's insane, and we don't have to be spending thousands of dollars advertising because we've created a strategy that drives traffic for us. And again, this is specific to the Marketing Solve website, so you can set this up for your business. You can start tracking how much content is being seen, how many clicks you're getting, how many impressions you're getting, all custom from your website. So again, here's the data for, let's see, we're looking at less than a month. So this isn't even 30 days. Let's do 30 days here. And it went up. So we've actually had 71,000 impressions with 43,000 average daily views. You can dive deeper and look at, okay, cool. Well, now I know exactly which pins from our website are getting the most impressions, the most clicks, the most saves. So if you're looking to do a promotion, or if you're looking to create content that you know people have already engaged with, you can simply look here and then see what is the most popular. You can look at your boards. You can go from there. Then again, just like the others, you can break down saves, you can break down the clicks, you can break down the original pins. So clicks is always interesting. As you can see here, we've got this post is actually getting more clicks than the others that are getting more impressions. So again, focus on the metric that is going to bring you more business. If I know I've got 600 clicks going to this website or this particular blog post, I'm going to make sure that particular blog post is set up and has a sales funnel so that I'm converting that traffic. Okay, so original pins here. Then again, really just helps you dive down deep into what the specific types of content is coming from your site. So these are the newest pins that are coming from my site, and they're pinning the most recent content. So then I can say, okay, well, I wrote this blog post, I'm not even kidding, well over a year ago, but I see that people are still reading it and then pinning it back to Pinterest. That's the power, guys. Look at your all-time stuff. These are very, very popular. They drive, I mean, we're talking tens of thousands of hits of traffic to our site every single month. It's amazing. So again, the reason this is so great is because What happens with Pinterest, and let me just show you how this works. So the data is great, okay? The data is amazing. We can really tap into knowing exactly what people are interested in. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a quick search here. And I just typed in 31 marketing because I knew that would pull up my content, okay? So this is why I want you to be on Pinterest. So one thing is you're gonna put your content on Pinterest. And that's you putting your content on there. You create awesome content, you pin it to Pinterest. But what then happens is people are searching, it shows up in the news feed, maybe they do a search and they see your content, and here's 2 of ours right here, here's another one right here, so you can see we're right at the top of the search. But what happens, this is what happens, this is the power here. You click on this particular post, now people can then save it, and hopefully it's or, then they click on that, and that drives them back to my website. So when they come to my website, they can take a peek around and they can say, oh, okay, cool. 31 days of social media content. They're gonna look here. They're gonna see the beginning of our sales funnel. They're gonna get some great value. And then they're gonna say, oh, you know what? I really like this post. I wanna come back to it. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. So then they can, I'm gonna save it. Let's go to the Marketing Solved site. There we go. I had to go really far for that one. Okay, so then what happens is not only are they seeing your content on Pinterest, right? They're clicking on it, they're saving it. But when they go to your site, they can then say, oh, okay, you know what? I really do like this. I'm going to go ahead and save it here. Okay, so then what happens is it gets put back on Pinterest. So it becomes a brand new pin that's been added to their account that more people can see, that can drive more traffic. And then you've got another piece of content besides the original one that we saw, right? This one, it had 189 saves. This one had 68 saves. Well, now I've got a brand new one here. It's got 1 pin, but my audience can now see it. I can run an ad behind it, and I can get another piece of content going that's driving more traffic to my website. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I know it's a ton of data, but I really, really encourage you to study Pinterest, to get on board and really start using it to drive traffic to your website.